welcome to Papastache 102. So what the heck was that? That, my friends, is a practice run that I came up with while I was noodling, waiting for a video to render. So it encompasses arpeggios, major and minor pentatonic, chord shape inversions, 3 different versions of the same chord, and a chromatic run, all in one long fretboard extravaganza. Played not too fast, right? So we can all do it. It's just, I'm trying to help break things down and see how everything connects all together. Now there's a video link down below that's not on YouTube that really hammers in the basic fundamentals of this. It's how to solo over a 1-4-5, but how to see those chord shapes in the pentatonic position. So check that out. It'll really help make the blues soloing, you know, more melodic and not just a scale, which I did for 30 years. But anyways, let's zoom in for a closer look. All right, so, you know, I was doing a little editing, and while I'm waiting for my video to render, I started noodling around, you know, watching some YouTube videos, but I try to, you know, if I'm watching something, I don't have a TV, but like if I ever watch videos or whatever, I try to get kind of a 2-for-1 special, and I, you know, try to do a little playing, a little exercising, whether it's chromatic scales, right? And just kind of mindless exercises to get through either scales or chords or whatever. Now, when I was doing that, I came up with, I used to do these arpeggio exercises. But now I try to incorporate multiple things. So if I'm going to do an arpeggio, I try to also tie in, you know, pentatonic positions or mixolydian mode or something. So I'm not just doing one thing. I'm starting to become a more complete player and put things together. That's when the melodies start or whatever. Now this particular riff, not the most melodic, you know, thing. It's not like you would throw it into a song, but it's great for getting through positions. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try to hit, we're going to stick an A, and we're going to try to go to where we're going through 3 of the A chord inversions. Here's one, right? That would be the A shape, right? It looks like an A chord. Here, this would be an E shape. Now, why that's an E shape is it's basically like an E major chord, and then this becomes a movable capo. Now, when we're here, and we play an E chord, right, the root note is this open E string. Now, if we move this position up here, now our root note becomes the A note, but we have an E shape behind it. Same thing when we do this D shape. Okay, that's also an A chord, but it's the D shape inversion of it. So I'm going to try to hit every one of those chord shapes in this riff. Now what I'm also going to try to do is do multiple arpeggios and then weave my way in and out of major and minor pentatonic as well, okay? Now these are all in A, but we're going to weave them together in a particular way where we get the flavor of each, but we have one big riff that encompasses the whole fretboard. So, or, you know, from the 12th fret down, let's say. All right, so. Right, that's the whole riff. So let's break down piece by piece what it is we're doing. So we're going to start off in the D shape version, this arpeggio. It starts off, I use my pinky on the 12th fret of the A. Then I go D string 11, G string 9, B string 8, and then high E string 9. Or that's 10, rather. Okay? Now from that point, I'm going to jump up to the 12th fret of the high E. And then I'm going to go into position 2 of minor pentatonic right here. Okay, so we got, which is also These two notes are from the third position of minor pentatonic in A minor. Okay, second position, right? So that would be the third position, second position. Okay, so we've got a major arpeggio. Now we're going into A minor pentatonic position 2, but I'm going to hammer on to the major third of the A chord. Okay, and then I'm going to go back into the traditional shape of A minor pentatonic position 2. Okay, so I walk down B string 10, 8, G string 9th fret. Okay, so all together. Now I'm going to go back to 10 and 8. Okay, so we got. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick and I'm going to accentuate that major third again. I'm going to take this shape and I'm going to move it down a whole step. The only difference is when we get to the high E, the interval is going to be a little bit different. On this one, when we get to the high E string, it's a whole step, half step interval. This time, when we go down 10, 9, 7, 8, 7, 10, now we're going to do a half step interval. Okay, and then we're going to follow that shape. Okay, so we're going down on one, up on the other. Now we're going to go halfway down. Okay, so I went 10, 9, 7, 9, right? So A10, D9, 7 on the G, 9. And now I'm going to go into that E shape, where I'm going to hit the major third of the A right here. And then I'm going to walk down position 1 in A minor pentatonic. So, all together. Now, when we get to this point, we're going to go. Okay, so that's 7 and 5 on the D. We're going to stack these two notes on top of each other. Okay, so what I did was I went 7A, 7D, 5D. And then I went 7, 6, 5, 4, 2. Okay, and this gets us down into the A position. Okay. So far we got. So once I get down to the second fret of the A string, I'm going to pull off. And now I'm going to accentuate that A position. I'm going to slide up on the A string 2 to 4. And then I'm going to actually just outline that chord. 2D, 2G. And now we're going to walk up in A major pentatonic up to position 2. 4 on the G. Slide up to 6. And end on 5. Okay, these two notes right here, we're back into that E shape of the A chord. Okay, so all together. And that's what you get again, that's just something I did to try to be able to incorporate multiple things into one run. Again, those 3 chord shapes, minor pentatonic and major pentatonic. We also had we flirted with the chromatic scale here. Okay? Another awesome thing you can do. So, if you followed my lessons, this is all something that I like to do all the time, and it's put all these things together, and that's where you get that southern rock or all sorts of, whether it's Van Halen, all sorts of this kind of hybrid blues sound that's just so cool. And it's an endless roadmap to millions of riffs. You don't have to play exactly like me. You can take this idea and incorporate it into your own playing and come up with your own riffs, right? Maybe just take the framework, mix the notes up however you want. You don't have to, however you want to do it. Right? Into all sorts of endless variations. So give it a shot and, just play with it and have fun. Yes! Way to go. Don't forget the link below if you want to get, a nice foundation of where all this comes from. That'll totally help you out, or so I hear. And then if you want to strum and just learn a ton of current pop, rock, and country tunes, there's papastachepop over there. And then there's also papastache.com, which is just strictly how-to guitar DVDs and such and so forth. So check that out as well. And then, it's a big freaking hug. You guys are awesome. This channel's growing like crazy, and I want to thank you guys so much for, not only checking in, but sharing the videos, post them far and wide. What a big worldwide jam session is the goal. So, I have you guys out there and gals to thank for that. You're amazing. I'll catch you next time.